How on earth did this series get its second season? It's like they must know someone. And welcome back to the Ruby Tuesday. My name's Ruben, and this is my review for Prank Encounters Season 2, a Netflix original series hosted by Gaten. You know, that kid with the cute teeth from Stranger Things. Let me know in the comments below. Did you enjoy the first season, or did you not? Let's jump into it. Prank Encounters takes two complete strangers who each think they're starting their first day at a new job. It's business as usual until their paths collide and these part-time jobs turn into full-time nightmares. So season 1 was met with mixed feelings. I was willing to give part of it a pass because I really like Gaten as an actor. I loved him in Stranger Things. I think he's part of the glue that holds Stranger Things together, that makes it so appealing. And so this, I was willing to see what he could do as a host. And the whole premise is basically scare tactics. The thing is, I guess partly is what we're doing with where we are in today's society. We have come a long way from these things, and media does change as a whole. And so when you get something like this, you got to see whether it's actually going to work as a whole. So season 1 felt more indie, and there were some episodes, maybe 2 or 3, where you could maybe believe that the people that were being caught in this web of lies didn't know what was going on. Maybe 2 or 3. But then there were other things like camera angles, the night shoots, the lights that they had on set. There's just no ways for you to actually suspend your disbelief enough to think that what you were seeing was actually fake, or what you were seeing was real for those real people and everybody else acting. So season 2, we have pretty much the same setup. They do a few other very cool setups. There's a zombie one, there's a spider one. They do those kind of scare things where they take two people, they get them their first time in their job, and then we act like they can't see any of the cameras. Now, I know technology has come a long way. You'll be amazed at what you can do with spy cameras, but there's some things when it comes to filming, like in low lighting, that you really need a half decent lens. There's a body of a camera that works with the heat sensor that needs to be able to filter out that noise that you see at nighttime. And so you do sometimes, for the shots that we're seeing, you kind of need a camera that can shoot really well in low light. So we're talking Canon C300, and there are cinema cameras that are much more compact, but to be able to hide those so that the actors don't know what's going on, I think is taking a leap too far. So I've been reading up on Gaten's Twitter feed as he's been promoting this series. It really seems like he wants us to believe that this is all real. So we have the set of actors that are putting together this scare tactic, and they're gathering two people to kind of get them on their first day, on their first job, and then they scare them. And, so we have this, Gaten is in his mic and he's feeding orders to someone that doesn't have any earbuds, so they must have high state-of-the-art mics, like tiny ones in their ears, and then he's feeding them lines as well, and then they intersplice it with cool graphics, and eventually there is this big reveal. There were a couple that I thought the setup themselves were good. The production value is pretty cool. Sorry, I've got a bit of a man cold, but I have to say that there are questions of morality here. And I'm like, oh, Ruben, what the hell are you talking about? What sort of questions of morality could you possibly get for this? No one's going to get hurt. Hang on a second there. If you get a type of person that scares or reacts badly, you scare them enough that they react and they're going to actually attack someone physically. There's no ways they can actually control that. One person might pick up a spade that has a nail on it and whack them across the head because they believe so much that that person is possessed or is a zombie, and then you're like, okay, so there's that. Or what if the person has a medical illness? I'm sure they do checks and stuff beforehand as part of the job. Okay, so then you put all that aside. Then we get down to in this day and age, it's pretty damn hard to get a job that pays well. So even though it's part-time, I'm sure they thought this was the first of many gigs. And so I'm sure they're going to pay these non-actors for the day. That's great. But they probably thought they had a part-time job for a long time going. And so now, if we are to believe that they didn't know and it wasn't part of the setup, then we're saying that they get paid for the day, they get scared as well, and then they get shoved off to the side and they don't have a job. So there's all these questions. I'm going, what is this show? I don't know if I like it. I have to say though, for the second season, I thought it was much more boring than the first season. So the first season, there were some setups, some people that I thought were more charismatic. Some of the actors, I thought the way they did it, I thought was more fun. Actually, had a bit of a beat to it. This time, I just felt like they were playing by the numbers, and it just felt like, oh, we're gonna get the second season because we had the license, or we had a contract to do the second season. I have nothing against Gaten. I think he's fantastic, but this show, I just don't know that it should exist. And I hate coming down hard in the show. Like I said, there were a couple of good setups, but I still just can't believe that it's real at all. Like the people that they got involved to scare, that they didn't know that they weren't being scared. So let me know in the comments below. Were there any particular episodes in this season 2 that you liked? Do you believe that it's true? Yeah, I'm not sure I do anymore. I can't suspend my disbelief enough to go, yeah, okay, maybe that they didn't know. They even asked them on camera at the end, you guys never met before. That's cool. Like, there's certain camera angles that you just can't fake. Yeah, I don't know. If they have managed to do that, then that's amazing. And you know, I will hold up my hand up and say, yep, sorry, okay, I guess it was wrong. You've managed to scare those people and they didn't know. Great. But as it stands at the moment, I just can't. Yeah. So, you know, apart from the whole setup and premise, I actually thought it was pretty boring, this series. I preferred the setups in season 1. I like the production value. I feel like the production value has gone up, but it's just missing some of that indie feel, some of that scariness that was really real. Maybe that's because of the disbelief is completely gone. Yeah. I no longer believe it. Yeah. Alright. Thanks so much for watching this. Let me know in your comments below. But most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.